Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay you guys, I'm coming at you today with a Dollar Tree coloring book, Color With Me. And as you guys know, like everyone, I've been collecting these Dollar Tree coloring books like an insane person. And this is one of the ones that I got from Dollar Tree. It was regularly, I think, $8.99, then it went down to $5.76. And as you know, we got them at Dollar Tree for $1. And this is a gorgeous coloring book. I've gone through it a lot of times, so I won't go through it because I want to get started right away coloring. And just showing you guys some of the techniques I use, and maybe you can get some inspiration, some ideas. So I already started this, and that's what I do most of the times. I go ahead and get myself started so I know where I'm going, so I'm not, you know, meandering around and going nowhere. So let me get started. I do want to talk about a couple of the things I'm using. I love Jane Davenport's paints, so I am going to use some of her paints. What I do is I watercolor base everything first. And what that does is it kind of gives me a pattern of what colors I'm going to use. And then I use my lightest shade as my watercolor, and then I go darker, and then I do a dark and a medium. And then here is my lightest shade. So always go light if you're going to do this technique with your watercolor. Or you could even use Copic markers. You can use all kinds of stuff. But right now I'm using the watercolors. Jane Davenport's, and I love them. You guys, her watercolors are gorgeous. I've collected all three. Here's another one of hers. Absolutely beautiful. And the other one I have, it's in my bucket. I have to do a haul on it still because I just collected her most recent collection. I just finished buying up everything I wanted in the collection. And then another thing, and these are about, I think these are like about, they're kind of expensive, you guys. They're like $30, but wait for a 40% off, or wait for a 40 or 50% off coupon, which is every week, and purchase them that way. Then you only spend like $15. Another thing is, these are called Master's Touch, I believe. Yeah. You guys, look how much watercolors you get. You get all of this and all of this. I've told you guys about these before. These you get at Hobby Lobby. They're $14. Use a coupon. You're only spending like $7. And look how much colors you get. And these are a nice, it's a very, very nice set. I think the quality on it is just as good as the Jane Davenport quality. Another thing really quick is I use Prismacolor pencils, but I also use Jane Davenport's pencils also. I was looking for her 10. Anyway, I use Jane Davenport's colored pencils also. Hers are great. Again, wait for a sale. Use a coupon because they're not cheap. Here they are. This is what hers look like. And she calls them magic wands. So I have these also. And I have them. I have all my pencils. I take all the greens, all the blues, all the purples, and put them in rubber bands and work with them that way. So most of these are just what I have in here, and I haven't put them in the rubber bands yet. But this is what I want to show you too. That you can probably get for about $15 with a coupon. This you get 36. Jane Davenport, you get, I'm not sure how many you get. You don't get 36. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You get like 24, 25. I think 24. Here you get 36 Prismacolor pencils at Sam's Club for $20. You guys, I just checked. They still have this deal. I think it's just something they're going to carry all the time. So if you want to invest in some Prismacolor pencils, it's only $20 for 36 pencils. That is insane because these are very nice pencils also. So anyway, I just wanted to go through that, give you guys a little bit of a heads up on what I'm using, and if you want to get some of this stuff, where you can get it at, and the prices. So what I do is I watercolor base everything first, and I've done that, and I've already started using my pencil over on top of the watercoloring. So I just want to show you a little bit. Oh, this is a Jane Davenport, there's like a portable brush. Look at this, you guys. You go like that, and you bring it out, and then it fits in her little palette right there. So you can take it with you. And it has a nice point. If you have a pointed brush, this is what I have mostly. You can do anything with a pointed brush. That's why I love working with pointed brushes. Okay, so I dipped it in my water. I'm going to, I'm just going to base coat. Wait a minute, we're going to start working this way. It doesn't really matter which way I go, but I'm going to start base coating these really quickly with my Jane Davenport paints. I need to have put this in here so I know where I'm at with color. Okay. So this is all I do. Just come in here and go like this. I have a little ocean music on. I had some ocean music on the other day, but I think it was a little loud. So I turned it down today. I lowered it. But it's relaxing just listening to the ocean. And coloring. You want to talk about de-stress. And this is on YouTube. I just turn on my, I have my iPad sitting next to me right here. And, I just, I just put in YouTube, I just put, ocean sounds, and it comes up, so you can just listen to it from your iPad. So that's all I do. I water base that all. Okay? Gotta look deep. The other thing I like to do, you guys, is I like to work on cardstock. So I usually tear my picture out of the coloring book, and I color it onto cardstock, and then that way I can that way when I use watercolors, but this paper's okay. I didn't do it this time because this paper's okay. It'll handle a little bit of light watercoloring, but a lot of paper won't in these coloring books. So, and I like to work on cardstock usually anyway. So I just wanted to show you that example of how I did that. Let's let that dry and let's work on something else on here. Let's go ahead and work on this flower right here. So I have my medium and my dark of this teal color. I already have my lightest shading color, my highlight here, not shade, my highlight color. So I want a medium and a dark. So I'm going to take my darkest shade and start shading it. And I'm going to take my lighter and go right out from that a little bit. And then to blend the two together, I have a blender that I get. It's a colorless blender, and I get them at Michael's, but you can also get them at Blick's. Okay, that's what they look like. And they come in a pack of 2. They're about $4 or $5. If you want, you can use a coupon on that too. I'm like coupon queen. And then blend it out. And blend it out, but you don't blend it out beyond, at least in this technique, you leave this highlight at center. That's what gives you the dimension. I got a little bit of color in there. And we'll color for about an hour. We'll have part 1 and part 2 of this, unless I can figure out my editing. This is the other thing. If you go too far in and you didn't leave enough lightness in the middle or wherever you want your lightness on your what you're coloring, you can always erase it. That's the cool thing about colored pencil. You can erase it. I'm going to show you guys something else. With going with the darkest color, which is this one, because you're using this blender pencil, let me show you something else you can do. You can come in here and use the darkest color. Like this. And then you can just blend it out. And when you blend it out, it blends out to the medium tone, right? And then in the middle, you have the lightest color. And then that way, if you don't have like a ton of colors, you don't have to invest in so many colors. Because here I only used 2. I used the watercolor, the light like teal color with the watercolor, and then I just used my darker teal to shade it. But then I blended it out, and then that blends it out into the next shade. It blends out into this shade, so you don't have to have 3 colors. See? So. Okay, let's go to this one. This one, I'm just going to, is this the darker color? I'm just going to use my darker one and blend it out. And I'm going to leave it open at the top there on this one. I'm not going to go all the way around. Kind of like the sun is just hitting right in through there. It's your world. You can make it up how you want the light to hit, where you want there not as much light. It's all up to you. In fact, I love using the technique where I take the darker color and then blend it out to create that mid-tone shade. Okay, and then we're going to take that and blend it out. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, and let's blend that out. Kind of got a little bit too far into there. Let's just back that out a little bit. There we go. Let's back it out here too. And when you erase a little bit, you also blend things out too. So it's kind of nice. So I'm going to bring this up to the camera so you guys can see how the, oh wait, we got a little bit more. And I want to make sure that I'm close enough that you guys are seeing what I'm doing. Put my pencil here so I make sure you guys can come in a little bit closer. Not that close. Okay. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and just shade it all here, down here, and then leave it light at the top here. And then blend that out. Blend that out. And I kind of brought it up a little bit too far. Let's erase a little bit. What I'm erasing is if I go too high up into the, I want to leave a little lightness there. I want the light to be able to hit. So I don't want to cover it completely. So if you go up too far after you blend it, and it goes up too far, you don't have too much lightness left, just erase it back. So I want to show you how that looks. Right there. See how pretty that looks? It's just really shading it really brings it alive. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the green leaves connected to that one. So we'll do that. Let me see where I'm at here. I'm trying to get myself in focus. You could bring it out just a little bit. Bring it up a little bit. There we go. This whole leaf area. See if we can come in a little bit closer. Okay. So we're going to do this, highlight this leaf here. On this one, I am going to use 2 pencils. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my deeper color on the outside of this leaf. And when you're using pencils, try not to get too heavy-handed. You don't want to create a wax bloom, then it's hard to blend things out. Even though, you know, because you're using a blender pencil, it really is forgiving, the blender pencil. And then I'm going to add my green, this green color here, this chartreuse, I think it is. Yeah, I love the chartreuse color. It's gorgeous. Go right over the top of that other deeper green and bring it out. It's gorgeous. Okay, and let's blend everything and give each other, blend this out. So I'm going over the dark and blending it into the that chartreuse green. And then I'm going to the chartreuse green and blending that out. looks pretty. And, you know, you don't have to do any of these techniques at all that I'm doing. But, if you are so inspired, I think it really it's just really fun. It really, makes your paintings look more, your coloring book pages look more dimensional. And the same techniques that you do on this is the same techniques as if you were drawing something and then painting it. It's the same. It's all the same. And I'm going to come in with a little bit of the chartreuse, right? And let me make sure that darker green's in, that's in there. Okay, and then let's blend. The reason I like the blender is that you don't have to work so hard. You don't have to go like 20 million light layers over and over and over to blend. You can just bust out the blender pencil and blend everything together. And I love it. And also, if you buy some pencils that are a little bit harder, and they're not as soft as the Prismacolor Premiers, you can blend them out with this blender. So you can use a little bit cheaper pencil and blend them out. So, a lot easier. Or make them blend. Okay. So let's do this leaf over here. No, let me just put this green in here. Okay, so this leaf here, we're going to go again to the outside. You don't have to have when you're using a blending pencil, you don't have to have a super light hand as if you're just doing like, if you're going over it layer after layer after layer after layer after layer, then you would have to have a really light hand. So you can have just a medium, you know, pressure, as far as a hand means how much pressure you're putting on it. Also, what's also helping you not have to go over so many layers with the pencils is that you base coated with the light green first, right? So it gives you a nice head start, and it gives you a plan. And I think it takes the stress off of you. You've already decided the colors you're using, so then you base coat it with the watercolor, or you can use markers. You can use alcohol markers. You can use just regular Crayola markers. Sometimes it's hard to find the lighter color for the markers that you need, because this needs to be your light color. This is your highlight right here. So that looks good. All right, we'll go over here and do it here. And I would show you guys something else real quick, talking about color, because sometimes that's a stressful thing too with coloring. People are like, I don't know what color combinations to use. And I don't always either. But what I do is, I have my Jane Davenport little Midori. She sells these. You guys, I love this. Isn't this fabulous? And then she has a little, you can buy a little, one of her little art pieces to go on it. And this is her art, Jane Davenport's art. I love it. And then she has her little inserts. Anyway. What I did with this insert is, wait, this is my, wait, is this my, oh, this isn't my color, is this my color combinations? Yeah. Okay, so what this is right here is, what I do is when I'm out and about and I see a color combination I like for example, I live in Las Vegas, so we were at one of the casinos to see a concert. And on the way out, I saw a, believe it or not, I saw a slot machine. And I liked the colors on the slot machine, what they were made up of. And so I took a picture of it. I came home, I got my watercolors out, or you can get your markers out, and I just went ahead and put that color combination. And this pamphlet right here, or this insert, is always my color combinations that I've liked when I've been out somewhere. You may see a picture with the color combinations. You may see somebody's skirt or blouse, or you may see something in a magazine that you like that color combination. Take a picture of it when you go home, get your watercolors out, get your markers out, something, and make a sample of it. So when you go to color, you can go to your little, whatever you decide to put it in, you can go to it and see what color combinations you like. Because you're never going to remember your color combinations. So those are a bunch of color combinations that I like, so I can just choose from those. These are some other color combinations I like. These are some other color combinations I want to try. So just find something to put them in. It doesn't have to be this, but find something that you want to put your color combinations and have that be your color combination book. Okay, so I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Okay. Oh, where am I at? Where am I at? Yeah, right here. I'm going to blend. Make sure I'm still in frame. Oh, I'm not in frame. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry if I wasn't in frame for a minute, you guys. Just fast forward wherever I wasn't in frame. I thought I was. Sorry. This is why I have this mirror, you guys. It keeps me so I can check my camera, so I'm always in frames. I don't have that flip out, because people are always asking me about that. I don't have that flip out to make sure I'm always in frame, so that's why I use that. These two colors, I think, yeah. Alright, so let's go here. And the reason on this one I'm having my light hit in the center is because if the leaves are going down, so I'm just thinking the light would hit more like in the center. If my leaves are going up, like here at the tips, that's why I left the tips up, because I think the sun would hit there. So it's all what you want to do. It's your world. The light can hit wherever you want it to hit in your world. My camera's going to turn off, you guys, and when it does, just head to part 2. Okay, so we put the dark in. Now I'm going to put the chartreuse, which is our medium tone color, right next to it. Okay. That needs to be rounded out right there a little bit. Alright, now let's blend. Sorry about that, you guys, being out of frame for a second there. Look, I even have this mirror that I use to stay in frame, and I still got out of frame. It's so easy to get out of frame when you're doing this kind of work, when you're coloring, because you're moving all over the page, you know. So now I'm blending everything out, and then I'm going right into the chartreuse color and blending that out too. Okay. You'll hear some people, they don't really like blender pencils. I think they are the bomb. I'm not patient to like do 20 million light coats, or, you know, going over and over and over. It kind of drives me insane. So, when I heard about, I was watching somebody on YouTube, and I saw that she used a blender pencil. I was like, where do you get the blender pencil? So I figured they had them at Blick's, because, you know, that's an art place. And then I checked at Michael's, and I found them there too. I was like, yes! That is the answer for me. And it's also a nice option if you have some cheaper pencils at your house that aren't, that don't blend together too well. Blender pencil. Love it. Okay, so let me show you this before the camera turns off here. Where are we at?